If you're thinking about starting Ozempic or you just got your first dose, you're probably wondering what's actually going to happen over the next 30 days. Will you lose weight immediately? What side effects should you expect? How will you feel? I'm gonna walk you through exactly what happens in your first month on semaglutide, the realistic results you can expect, and how to handle any side effects that come up. Let's get into it. Week 1 and 2, what's actually happening? First things first, let's talk about that starting dose. For the first 4 weeks, you'll be on a very low dose, around 0.25 milligrams for semaglutide in most cases. It's crucial to understand that this is not the therapeutic weight loss dose. Think of this as the adjustment phase. The goal here isn't to launch you into a rapid weight loss. It's to gently introduce the medication to your system. Your body has never experienced this before, and we need to give it a chance to get used to it without overwhelming it. So if you don't feel anything dramatic right away, that's completely normal and by design. Now, what do most people start to notice within those first few days to a week? The changes are subtle but powerful. The most common report is a significant reduction in food noise. That constant mental chatter about what you're going to eat next, cravings, and just generally thinking about food all the time, it starts to quiet down. Along with that, you'll likely feel reduced appetite throughout the day. When you do sit down to eat, you'll find that you feel full much faster and that feeling of fullness lasts longer. It's not that food becomes unappealing, it's that your body's full signals are finally being heard loud and clear. This is the medication beginning to work in the background. With these new feelings, however, can come some early side effects as your body adjusts. This is normal, and knowing what to expect can make it much less scary. The most common one is mild nausea. This often pops up in the day or two after your injection and usually passes within 48 to 72 hours. Sipping water, eating small bland snacks, and avoiding greasy foods can really help. You might also experience some occasional stomach discomfort or bloating. Some people also feel a slight fatigue as their body is putting energy into adjusting to the medication. The key here is that these side effects are typically mild and temporary. If they become severe or persistent, that's when you should definitely contact your doctor. So with all this happening, what does this mean for the scale? In the first 2 weeks, most people lose between 2 to 5 pounds. It's important to understand where this loss is coming from. This initial drop is primarily from eating less due to that reduced appetite and feeling fuller sooner. You're creating a calorie deficit without the overwhelming effort of fighting constant hunger. It's not a dramatic whoosh of fat loss yet. That comes later. This is a fantastic and encouraging start, showing you that the mechanism is working. Let me tell you about one of my patients. I'll call her Kim. She started her first dose and called me on day 3 saying, "Is this it? I just don't really care about food." She experienced some mild nausea the first week, but by her second injection, it was gone. She lost 4 pounds in the first 2 weeks, simply because she was snacking less and her portions at dinner were half what they used to be. And this is exactly why this phase is so critical. While your body is learning how the medication works, you have a golden opportunity to build new sustainable eating habits. You're not fighting against raging hunger, so you can focus on choosing nutrient-dense foods, learning what a comfortable portion size feels like, and establishing a new rhythm. This foundation you build in weeks 1 and 2 will set you up for incredible long-term success as we eventually move to higher doses. So be patient with your body, listen to its new signals, and know that you're laying the groundwork for everything that follows. Week 3 to 4. When things start working. First, let's talk about a welcome change you'll probably notice. Remember that mild nausea or fatigue from the first couple of weeks? By weeks 3 and 4, most people find that these side effects have decreased significantly or have disappeared completely. Your body has done its job adjusting to the medication. This is a major turning point because it means you can start fully focusing on the benefits of the treatment rather than managing the initial adjustment. If you had a rough start, this is usually when you start feeling like yourself again, just with a quieter appetite. By the end of your first 4 to 6 weeks, most people have lost 4 to 6% of their starting weight. If someone weighs 200 pounds, that's 8 to 12 pounds. Now, for the results you're really here for. The weight loss. While the first 2 weeks were about an initial drop, the next few weeks are where you see a more consistent trend. By the end of your first 4 to 6 weeks, most people have lost about 4% to 6% of their starting body weight. Let's make that real. If someone started at 200 pounds, that's a loss of 8 to 12 pounds in that first month to month and a half. This isn't just water weight anymore. This is a steady, consistent loss resulting from sustained, healthier eating patterns driven by the medication's effect on your appetite and fullness. But the magic of this phase isn't just about the number on the scale. This is when people start reporting some incredible non-scale victories. One of the biggest ones is having more energy. This happens for a couple of reasons. You're carrying less physical weight, and as your diet improves, chronic inflammation in your body decreases. Many of my patients say they feel lighter and less sluggish. You'll also start to notice your clothes fitting differently. That belt might need a new notch, or your jeans feel noticeably looser around the waist. Perhaps one of the most powerful changes is that cravings for high sugar, high fat junk food drop significantly. The medication helps rewire those reward pathways in your brain. When you see a donut, you might just think, meh, instead of feeling a powerful urge. This mental freedom is a game changer for building long-term healthy habits. It's crucial to remember that everyone's journey is unique. Some people will lose more than this 4 to 6%. And some will lose less. Your specific results depend on several factors: your starting weight, the specific dietary changes you made, your metabolism, and simply how your individual body chemistry responds to semaglutide. Comparing your week 4 results to someone else's is a recipe for frustration. The only journey that matters is your own. And that leads me to my most important point about this phase. This is realistic, sustainable weight loss. What you're achieving with Ozempic is different. You're losing weight at a healthy, steady pace that allows your body and your mind to adapt. You're learning new portion sizes, making better food choices without feeling deprived, and building habits that can actually last a lifetime. The weight you're losing now is weight you are far more likely to keep off for good. By the way, if you want to start your weight loss journey with medical support from day one, TrimRX provides compounded semaglutide with a licensed provider guiding you through the entire process. You get your medication delivered to your door, plus 24/7 access to our medical team if you have questions or concerns. First link in the description to complete a free assessment. Now back to the video. Managing side effects, if they happen. A really important point, not everyone gets significant side effects. Some people feel nothing but reduced appetite. But if you do feel something, know that it's usually manageable and often temporary. Here's your foundational game plan to prevent and manage side effects from the start. Eat smaller, more frequent meals. Instead of 3 large meals, aim for 4 to 6 smaller ones. This prevents your stomach from getting too full or too empty, both of which can trigger nausea. Avoid greasy, heavy, or overly fatty foods. These are harder to digest and are the most common triggers for stomach discomfort. Stay hydrated. Sip water throughout the day. Dehydration can make nausea and fatigue feel much worse. And this is critical, don't skip doses. Consistency is key for your body to adjust smoothly. Skipping a dose can set you back and make side effects reappear when you restart. Let's walk through the most common issue: nausea. This typically feels like a general queasiness, and it's most likely to pop up in the 24 to 48 hours after your injection. The good news is that it usually fades quickly. Here's a pro tip that makes a big difference. Try eating a small, light snack about 30 minutes before your injection. A few crackers, a piece of toast, or a small apple can settle your stomach and significantly reduce that post-injection nausea. If you do feel nauseous, sipping on cold water or ginger tea can be very soothing. Sometimes managing side effects is as much about what you don't do as what you do. First, avoid overeating. Even though you feel full faster, it can be tempting to try and finish your old portion sizes. Resist this. Forcing down a large meal is a guaranteed way to make nausea and stomach discomfort worse. Listen to your new fullness signals and stop when you're comfortable. Second, be cautious with alcohol, especially in the first few weeks. Your tolerance may be much lower, and alcohol can intensify side effects like nausea and dizziness. And finally, steer clear of extremely fatty or fried foods. I mentioned this before, but it's worth repeating. These foods are public enemy number 1 for feeling good on this medication. While most side effects are mild, it's crucial to know the red flags that mean you should contact your medical team immediately. You should seek prompt medical advice if you experience persistent vomiting, severe abdominal pain, or signs of dehydration, like dizziness when standing, very dark urine, or not urinating for many hours. This is not a complete list, but it covers the major warning signs. This is exactly why TrimRX provides 24/7 access to our medical team. You're not alone in this. If you're ever concerned about a symptom, day or night, you can reach out to a professional who understands this medication. Your journey with TrimRX is about so much more than just receiving a prescription. We offer comprehensive ongoing support throughout your entire treatment. Our team is here for you to answer any question, big or small. Is this nausea normal? What should I eat if my appetite is gone? You can reach out anytime with questions or concerns. We're your partner in this, dedicated to helping you navigate the process safely and successfully, from your first dose to your last. Setting yourself up for success. Your first month is a perfect time to build routines that work with the medication, not against it. Focus on these 4 simple habits. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Aim for 80 to 100 ounces of water daily. That's about 10 small water glasses. This helps manage side effects like nausea, keeps your metabolism running smoothly, and helps your body function at its best. Prioritize protein. Make protein the star of your meals. Eating protein-rich foods helps you stay satisfied for longer, stabilizes your energy, and supports your body as you lose weight. Think Greek yogurt, eggs, lean chicken, fish, and legumes. Listen to your new full signal. This is a game changer. Avoid eating until you're stuffed. Your brain now gets the I'm full signal much faster. Eat slowly and stop at the first sign of satisfaction. Pushing past it is a fast track to discomfort. Create a dose routine. Take your injection on the same day at the same time each week. This consistency helps maintain a steady level of medication in your system, making its effects more predictable. Now, let's talk about why that routine is so non-negotiable. Consistency with your dosing schedule is everything. Skipping a dose or taking it late disrupts the steady buildup of the medication in your body. Think of it like taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Not only does this slow down your progress, but it can also bring back side effects you thought you'd move past, as your body has to readjust all over again. Setting a weekly reminder on your phone is a simple trick that protects your progress and keeps you feeling your best. So what happens after this first month? Here's the exciting part. After month 1, your provider will likely increase your dose gradually about every 4 weeks. We start low to let your body adjust, and then we slowly titrate up until we find the therapeutic dose, the level that works optimally for your body. This is when the most significant weight loss happens. Once you're on a stable therapeutic dose, most people see a total body weight loss of 10 to 20% over a 3 to 6 month period. The steady mindful habits you build now will pay off tremendously as the medication's effects become even more pronounced. And as your dose increases, I want to highlight a key advantage of choosing TrimRX that takes a major worry off your plate. Unlike many other telehealth providers, TrimRX offers fixed, all-inclusive pricing. This means your cost does not increase when your dose does. You can focus entirely on your health and your results without ever having to stress about a surprise bill or wonder if you can afford the next stage of your treatment. We believe in transparent, predictable pricing because your journey to better health should be supported, not complicated by financial anxiety. So here's what to expect in your first 30 days on semaglutide. Reduced appetite almost immediately, 2 to 5 pounds lost in the first 2 weeks, with 4 to 6% total weight loss by the end of your first 4 to 6 weeks, and mild side effects in the first week or 2 that usually go away on their own. This is just the beginning. The real results happen over the next few months as your dose increases and your body continues responding. If you're ready to get started with a provider that supports you from day 1, TrimRX offers compounded semaglutide with medical oversight, fixed pricing, 24/7 support, and our weight loss in 3 months guarantee. Click the first link in the description to see if you qualify.